Hey guys, I'm back in our mark update part two, so let's get started. I think one of the bigger things is that we're seeing another spike in journey together pricing and or demand. The booster boxes are 228 now, and the pricing of booster boxes has been pretty flat. Like, like not overall, just like for a while, it goes from like February 7th to the 16th at like the same price, and it kind of is in this middle ground, and then it goes to like 220 price for like February 24th to March 6th. So that's like at least 2 weeks ish. So it's just like it goes up, but it just remains flat. I guess we are seeing the sort of pattern of like it'll rise and just go back down like a few dollars, or rise go back down $2. So maybe that'll happen again. Maybe it'll go back down like a few dollars. But yeah, we are seeing definitely changes giant again. I don't know if like something suddenly happens, but the pricing of the ETBs hasn't changed and the booster bundles, but the demand is still like 3 consecutive days of like almost 100 ETBs sold. It's pretty like there's like random spikes every now and other times, but like it's just 3 straight days, which is kind of a little abnormal. Um, and even the booster bundles, which I think are overpriced, like see this little spike for yesterday there too. So yeah, I don't really know if like something went on with Jerry together, or it's just about time because like I said, we're getting close to release date, and usually these things rise as we get closer to release. There are times when like it rises too much, and like the days before release, it'll kind of go down, or like around release time it'll go down. But usually like in this period, unless there's some like really insane news or allocation or something, like we don't really see price drops much. So yeah, I only expect Journey Together to get more expensive in like the next week or two, and then maybe if it drops at all, like we'll see it at that point around release. The PCTBs, like they seem about the same. I don't know if the demand's like increasing, but it's still like you can still get for like 170 sometimes. Um, Sometimes there's like I see like more like bulk deals of like the double ETB, so it's about 170 as well. And some of the more expensive ones are shipping from like, the UK, but the PCTB is like I don't necessarily see as much difference in that. Um, I know that like this Misty card was revealed. I'll probably make a separate video on it, which like I think is going to be really popular, but that's for Heatwave Arena, and that's not going to be in our Journey Together set. But I wouldn't be surprised if some people confuse it and say, "Oh, this will be in Journey Together," when it's really not. Um, but yeah, just yeah, I don't know, Journey Together is like doing better all of a sudden. There's usually not much activity at all. Okay. I'm gonna go to I think 151. I think 151 is a little more interesting than Prismatic. So alright, so 151. So like generally I just see red here. Nothing really too major. I guess the UPCs have dropped back to 335. I guess that is a pretty big jump. At like $14 decrease. I'm gonna look at demand has been going down a little bit, I guess. I'm just see if there's any like weird sellers. I mean that's just one seller like 334, it goes to 340, 350. So it might be just like a random seller thing, but demand might be decreasing a little bit recently. Um, just ever so slightly. Like it was going up, just very recently it's like going down just a tiny bit. Um, the bundles are still like as hot as ever. Like these bars just keep rising up. So 166 bundles sold yesterday. I will note this. I'm trying to be a little more careful at seeing like the prices. The lowest listed approximately, and also kind of what people are actually buying for, because um, like I have here listed at like 60, 64 a box, but over here I see like people are actually buying for like 66, um, 68, 69, and yeah, it's just like so the buying price seems to be a little higher than like the lowest listed price. That's a factor. So the market price is actually sort of like a little higher in that sense, even though like the official price is kind of like the lowest list has drops. Um, but still, like at these prices, the The lowest pack is still around like 1070, 1090. Um, and then the main three contributors are the booster bundles, which are selling very, very well. Um, the packs, which they sold a bunch yesterday on 133, like it's been kind of like lackluster. Like we haven't reached like 100 sales in like a while since the versus February 25th. Um, I put down 1090 as a price because there's this max breaks, which I've seen him in other. I think I saw him selling Prismatic cheap as well. Um, but yeah, he's selling the prices for quite a bit cheaper, like 1090 to 1120. But there's 42 packs. That's a good amount. So it is like a pretty big price drop because I've just seen price drops for packs. Like it was like 1290, 1245, 1225, 1220, 1214, 1175, 1144. Like it just keeps going down. So yeah, this was actually one of the ones where I said, oh, it looks like 151 might be kind of dropping, and yeah, it is actually kind of dropping. Depending on how you look at it. Um, And then where's Blooming Waters? So Blooming Waters is like the main other connected thing in this equation. So Blooming Waters, like I was looking at to see if demand for Blooming Waters does go up because it does make sense to buy at these price points. And yeah, in the last 3 days the bars are a little higher, like it was 55, 32, 35. Before that it was selling like 15 a day. 15 and every now and then it would go to like 25 to like 30. Um, but it's been kind of having like goes up and then down and then up and then down and up again, but just like ever so slightly higher. Um, so I think we're going to see just more Balloon Wars being bought because it just makes sense. If you're not paying the shipping cost, then you just get more stuff for your money. Anything else for 151? Yeah, there was a weird thing with ETBs. So the one, if it's a PC ETB, it's normal to have days where there's no sales. But for the normal ETB, like demand's been going up and it's been pretty like there hasn't missed like a single day of sales. But just like yesterday, like I see no record sales of 151 ECBs, which I don't know if that's like a bad sign for it, but yeah, it's just there has been literally a single day in a while where none of them has sold, and that was after like a new high. Um, the ETB pricing, I mean, it's been pretty hasn't really changed much, so it's not like the price changed that much. So I don't really know what's with that. Like it was like 204 on the 27th, like a week ago, and before I was like 200, but it hasn't been like rising that much. Um, that might be mostly it. Binders are there was a little more sold yesterday too. Yeah, after this no binder selling, it's been a little more consistent. And yeah, all right. So I'll go to Prismatic next. All right, so Prismatic, I think the ETBs went up like yeah a few dollars, so they're at $3. The bundles are up about $3, so they're around 12.50 a pack. Um, yeah, I said yesterday how the packs are really cheap. Actually, that's still like the cheapest way to get packs. Um, Even if you look at loose packs or whatever, it's still so. There's still kind of a buy for. They're a pretty obvious buy. Like there's a lot of people trying to offload them, and they're literally the cheapest one. Um, so all right, so let's just look at all right, ETBs. Demand is still doing fine. They're still selling about 100 boxes most days. ETBs most days, and the price is going up, so that's a pretty good sign for Prismatic. Um, I think I want to do like a separate video on just like the promo prices of things, how that affects things. Like I haven't really checked how much the regular EV promo is selling for now, if that's like scaling with the ETB value or not. Um, Packs, yeah, there was more sold yesterday than a little before, like 200. So that's a good amount. I put down $13 as the lowest listed, but that's because the max breaks again, selling 50 cents less. Um, I mean, he could just be a booster bundle seller who wants to get like 50 more cents for his packs. Um, but yeah, after that's 13.50 again. So the market price is probably closer to 13.50. I'm gonna see what people are actually buying. People are actually more buying like the 13.50 ones anyway. Um, Yeah, bundles. Yeah, I expected like a lot of sales for bundles. After that one day though, they kind of slowed back down a little bit, like 650 and 84. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like there's 1100 bundles, so I don't know how much. Like I feel like the bundle price is gonna stay kind of low for at least a little bit because there's just so much out there. Um, yeah, there's just so much out there. People are gonna want to offload them. Once the ratio gets better, then like sure, but this only 84 today. That's pretty weak. Um, yeah, I'm a little surprised by that to be honest, but it did just get released. The tins went down again, and I could be wrong about this whole tin thing. I keep saying thinking they're undervalued, but also like I told you guys that the loose pack price heavily dictates a lot of this, and it's going to go down because of the bundles that were just released. So um, and people do like bundles and they're very disposable. So yeah, as pack value kind of goes down, like I think the value of these tins are kind of going down. Um, because people aren't opening them. But there has been a little more demand the last few days, like 18, 10, and 15. Binder collections, they've been going down in demand, but they suddenly had a blip of like 17. So that's interesting. The price didn't go up, but I wonder if that's a sign for binders. Even today, there's already six being sold. And then surprise boxes, demand has been kind of low at like 26. Um, I guess like 15 to 25. That's not too bad for the quantity listed though. PCTBs. Okay, let's just look at the list. So PCTBs went down like $2. Um, and yeah, I'm mostly just paying attention to price per pack of stuff nowadays. Yeah, bundles are definitely affecting the market, but for how long is the question? That's just a lot of bundles at like 1,000, compared to only selling at like less than 100. And then Crown Zenith. So Crown Zenith, this is where I have to be a little particular with the numbers. So like scroll down to Crown Zenith. You don't see much change. So I guess first of all, the ETBs there's a sale. I think someone bought them all, so it pretty much recovered. And the bundles itself have been going down. Yeah, we haven't seen like 60. Like we've seen like 61. Um, but then before that, it was like 60 around like the end of February. So it's 64 or like 63 has been kind of normal. So that's kind of a price drop. I do see like booster bundles kind of going down in demand lately. There's been more hype for like Sea and Sky. Sea and Sky demand is there was a blip and now it's doing all right. When I go to TCG Player, like I open the list um this is sorted by I think best selling. It used to be the packs were first, but now Sea and Skies here first. So there's definitely like some sort of shift. Um, but when I do look at like I do see some sellers selling for like way lower, like this one's selling for like 107. Um, and this is more closer to market price, but people are paying with those prices. Like I see like 114s, 120s, so people are buying at these prices. Um, Yeah, so Sea and Sky, it looks like it doesn't make sense to buy at 836. But when I look at the loose packs, there's mainly just this one seller. After that, it's basically 870 a pack. So if you compare 870 instead of this 815, it actually does make way more sense to buy Sea and Sky. So I just think people don't trust that seller. Even that, like there's only so many packs available. There's only 55. Um, but yeah, some people are buying at like that 870 price. So yeah, Sea and Sky is a buy at that point. And the Heatwave Arena. So yeah, the Misty card just came out for it, and I was wondering how it would affect prices. Honestly, doesn't seem like it affect booster box prices that much. It was already hovering like the midpoint around like 120. So I do see a bunch of like 120s. That's from the UK again. Um, but yeah, that kind of surprised me a little bit. And there's some 140s. But I'm curious how like this box will do, and this will be a precursor to Destin Rivals, the Team Rocket set, so that'll have a big impact. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.